Which brings me to the point of risk, the risk management perspective of employee wellness. Mm-hmm. One of the things that employers can do is have a medical cover taken care for their staff. Mm-hmm. And contrary to what we normally think, a medical cover does not have to be very expensive. Mm-hmm. It could be something that, say, a company could co-share the costs of medical cover with their staff, whereby the employer contributes something, the employee contributes something, it goes to a fund, which when, as need arises, when employees are unwell, they need to go to hospital during this season, they don't have to worry so much of what happens to, where they will get the money. And because you have to remember, most employees are either on leave, paid leave, or some of them are on unpaid leave. So if they have children who are unwell, or they themselves are unwell, so how do they handle going to hospital? You don't have money, you have not been paid your salary. So if the employer has organized something for the employee to have a medical cover for them, that brings a lot of mental wellness. Sure. Now, another area where an employer could help their employees in wellness, especially mentally, is the issue of encouraging the employees to have a savings account, a savings set aside for this kind of season. Because today it's COVID-19, tomorrow it could be something else. So if an employer, if you're a business person, you have inculcated a culture of saving. For example, having a SACCO, okay? Having a SACCO where employees can be putting their money, can be saving their money for a rainy day. It could be that SACCO, or even if the company is too small, you could encourage your employees to go into a SACCO somewhere, just putting aside the money for a rainy day. Another way to mitigate risks that come with this kind of season for employees, which I think would be very powerful, even from a HR perspective, is the issue of training employees on financial management. Could you say something small about the angle of training on things like budgeting? What do you think from a HR perspective?
I think it's an important aspect of an employee well-being, because if an employee is not able to take care of their finances, then you will find they are stressed. Sometimes they get depressed because they are not able to meet their normal budget. So it's very important for employers to start thinking about the well-being of the employee in terms of training them. How do they use their money? How do they budget for the little money they get at the end of every day? I've seen examples where employees actually take advances every month. And for me, this gives me a lot of concern, because it kind of translates to an employee not being able to manage their own personal life. And it means they're actually living within beyond their budget. Yes. And it's important for employees to actually budget for their salary from the day they are paid to the next cycle month. That way, then it does not become a crisis when there's a problem, and it allows them room to actually do some savings. So training is very key.